Section 1.6 Interactive Assignment Objective 2. Determine whether the following statements are true or false. A. When a factor is controlled by setting it to 3 levels, the particular factor is of no interest to the researcher. B. Randomization is used so that those factors are not controlled in the experiment average out their effect on the response variable. So let's take a look at this here. So for part A, it says, when a factor is controlled by setting it 3 levels, the particular factor is of no interest to the researcher. Well, there are 2 ways to control the factors. You set the level of a factor at 1 value throughout the experiment if you're not interested in its effects on the response variable, and set the level of a factor at various levels if you are interested in its effect on the response variable. The combination of the levels of all varied factors constitute the treatments in the experiment. So that means that B, the statement is false because a factor that is controlled and set at various levels is a factor of interest to the researcher. Next question, B. Randomization is used so that factors are not controlled in the experiment average out their effect on the response variable. Now, randomly assign the experimental units to treatment groups. Because it is difficult, if not possible, to identify all factors in an experiment, randomly assigning experimental units to treatment groups reduces the effect of variation attributable to factors, explanatory variables not controlled. That is, randomly assigning experimental units to treatment groups tends to even out any uncontrolled factors. So therefore, this statement is true.